Hello, welcome to Burning Questions. We're 19 minutes late on our schedule. It's not Eva's fault. It's not Shane's fault. Believe it or not, it's my fault and Aaron Dunn's fault. But we're all sorted, and we've got a big show lined up here. We're going to focus in the Sunraysia, where I'm sadly not going to be on Saturday night. I'm spewing. But for those that are there, it's going to be a wonderful night of racing. We'll quickly introduce our guests. Ewa Justice, Group 1 winning driver. That sounds pretty good, Ewa. And I don't reckon this is your Burning Questions debut, but it's certainly the first time with me. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, it's my first one on it doing racing questions. The one I did with Bronte was a bit more personal, but yeah, thanks for having me.
It was a bit easier probably too, was it?
I don't know. I had to talk about myself, so probably not.
Aaron Dunn joins us. Dunny, you'd had a crack at the computer, mate. It looked like we could, if I was recording, we could have had that up on the social media with kids and partners running in and out trying to get things going, but we're all sorted on the phone, so hopefully no one rings you and we can get through the show.
Yep, I just couldn't get the audio to go for some reason, so next time I'll have to have a bit of a practice beforehand.
You're looking good, so at least the vision's working. Shane Sanderson, the bloke that generally has no idea with technology, is the one who's just sat back in the three pegs and just watched all this unfold. Shane, you are going well, I assume?
Thank you, Tim. Yes, and set the technology things up all myself too, I must say, this morning.
You've done well. And I don't know where we find you, not at Mildura yet, but is that the new property?
Yes, it is. Yep.
Looking fantastic. Right, let's get stuck right into it. The very first of our sponsors is Pride's Easy Feed. They stand alone as a proud supporter of the harness racing industry with their set recipes and quality ingredients to give the trainer confidence in what they're feeding. So make the switch to Pride's and start getting the result you've been chasing. Ready for this, Ever? All these questions rhyme. These are going to be good. The Moroccan scored from deep on the pegs early in the week, but in the final, can he make it a 2-win streak? We're talking about the Euston Club Resort Pace final. I don't think any of us are involved in the race. I might go to you, Ever. What are your thoughts? King Moroccan was really good from 4 back the pegs for Luke Watson. Draws for a peg run again, but yeah, there's some interesting runners on the front line, including the other heat winner, I'm Blinging It. How do you think it'll all pan out?
Well, first of all, it's a really nice rhyme you come up with. And second, I think he should get another really good run on the fence. I think Only Once Bitten will try and lead, and even if he cops pressure from such as I'm Blinging It, still 3 fence will be a really good spot for that horse because it's clearly got a good turn of foot, and there's also really nice runners like Arnie's Army off the back, but I think it might be a little bit too hard from back there. So yeah, I think he definitely can go back to back in the final. It just depends how far back on the fence he ends up.
Yeah. What are your thoughts, Shane? No runners in this race, but it's always a well thought out event. I think, is this the Tenderprint Cup, Dunny, from recent times? It might be, but I think this might have been won by Ultimate Vinny last year. Anyway, there's some good horses going around. King Moroccan I thought was outstanding, but going to be difficult to do it again. How do you see it panning out?
Yeah, I think his chances probably depend on what Only Once Bitten does. I think Only Once Bitten has the speed to hold the lead, whether they decide to or not. The obvious one to probably let go or cross it would be on Blinging It. Blinging It has had 9 starts for the Naomi Kerr stable and hasn't finished worse than 3rd. So, and some of its runs have been quite massive. So, I thought on Blinging It, if it led, would definitely win. If it sat in the chair, is still a winning chance. So it'd probably be the safest bet for me. King Moroccan's chances will depend on Only Once Bitten, I would think, what he does at the start. His heat win was impressive. So, a couple of them Douglas runners off the back. I mean, not to say they can't win, but, drawn back there, they're going to have to do their share of work. So looks to me like I'm Blinging It.
Okay, I'm Blinging It for you, Shane. Dunny, you're involved with Maxi Wants to Play. First of all, has he pulled up all right? Because that was a bit below par, I thought.
Probably just had a little issue where he sprung a shoe and was a bit sore, after his last win at Ballarat, which sort of lost a couple of days. And, yeah, probably whether that took its toll. But I do think it was probably a poor drive. I thought they'd just eased a bit, and I should have waited another 300 before I went, so at least I had the straight to go down. And he just had to work a bit hard. And, yeah, I've just sent him to the paddock now. I was sort of he was one. He got sent to me to just maybe win a couple and sell, and I was probably happy to get rid of him, but he ended up going better, so I'll just give him a breather and go again.
Yeah, he's really good, wasn't he? You won a birdship, and then he strung another one together, one or two together. And he's going really well. How do you see this final panning out? It's race 5 on the card on Saturday night, the first leg of the quaddie. It's an interesting race.
Yeah, probably. I don't know much about the one horse, but yeah, I know Michelle likes to hold the front, but I'm blinging it. I think it nearly worked to the front because you've probably got to, with a Derby, you go forward as well, and then I just think maybe Luke will get buried back on the fence, and he's got to get out of there, and sometimes it just doesn't happen up there. So I'd probably be sticking with I'm blinging it. I would have if Shadow Calder's drawn inside him. He was probably a good run the other night. He probably would have been in it too.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it will be tough for King Moroccan, but wonderful drive by Luke to get him home from 4 pegs on Tuesday. Sorry, I'll skip the question there. Combining the power of results and horse sectionals with Sulky app, you now have access to gate speed, swooper, ability, and behaviour ratings. Never miss a trainer, driver, or gear change again. Sulky app is a form guide revolution. The Tiger missed a spot in the big dance, but is the consolation where he gets his chance. We'll hold you till last, Shane. We're talking about Sahara Tiger here. Might go back to you, Eva. I thought he was good. Obviously, he won the Cup last year at big odds, and I thought he was really game from a wide back row draw in the heats. He's going to have to do it again, but looking at the field, he looks like the class runner. Can Sahara Tiger win race 2 on the card on Saturday?
Yeah, I think so. His run in the heat last week was actually really good, considering they sprinted home so fast, and he was a fair way back, and he made ground. And I think the front row looks relatively fast. Like Clementis will want to hold up as much. Harry Hu will probably have a look, and then Springfield Affair. We all know how fast he is off the mobile, and also first up for Sally Hardy, Red Hot Assassin has a lot of gate speed. So I think there's a chance that they could all go forward at the start, or there'll be a fair bit of speed, and then it'll be set up quite nicely for Sahara Tiger to come over the top.
Do you think he can win?
Yeah, definitely. I think he can win. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. You've actually set that up even better, I think, now than I originally thought, with all that speed off the front row. Dunny, are you with Sahara Tiger, or are you against him?
I'm probably leaning more to Springfield Affair if he could find the front. Just think, after sort of racing against Sahara Tiger, he's probably more a sit sprinter, and he needs the race to run to suit. Only hassle whether Springfield Affair can get the front off Harry Hu. So, but look, he can definitely win it. It just he's got to get the run. He's a bit more of a get the right run, and he's in it. But I was sort of more leaning towards Springfield Affair.
Yeah, okay, for Lockie Cook. Shane, obviously, would have been lovely to have the old boy backing up, trying to win another cup. I think he only fell 50 centimetres short from qualifying, so Abby did a pretty good job. But obviously, on Saturday night, race 2, you're hoping for plenty of speed off the front, and I trust you'd think he could win if that's the case.
Yeah, look, he can definitely win, but probably like Dunny said, that they will need speed on, drawn where he's drawn. He traditionally is a sit sprint horse. He has sat parked and won weaker free-for-alls at Mildura previously, so this would be like a weaker free-for-all. So, I mean, if there's no speed on him, he will be able to get going and do some work. His run was good in the heat, I thought. He got a little bit crook on us there for a while, but he seems to be back on track. Look, just from the draw, he's going to need a lot of luck to win. You wouldn't want to be taking short odds about him, but Springfield Affair, it's a versatile pacer. The 1 and the 2 are both good enough to capitalise, on this racing from the good draws on this track. So I sort of thought the 1, the 2 and the 5 were really good winning chances. And Sahara Tiger, it'll depend on the way the races run.
He must have given you a huge thrill last year, Shane. I guess those ones where you go to the races not expecting it, Catalpa Rescue, Sahara Tiger, they can catch you off guard a bit. And, I know you celebrated it well, so that would have been a big thrill last year.
Yeah, no, it was unexpected. No, he did give us a really good thrill, yeah, for sure. He just had the luck that the one was drawn to lead, and the one on its back the camp generally likes to, not to be unlucky, so they elected to pull off at the start, and we obviously needed to be driven for luck, so we headed straight there, and as it turned out, the one held the lead, so we had the right run, but we were very lucky, and he was good enough on the night to win, and he went well, so. And he's just that type of horse. I think he's not out of place in a lot of races. He just needs that right run.
Yeah. Good luck on Saturday night with Sahara Tiger. Logical Staffing Solutions provide labour hire and recruitment services to the transport, warehousing, automotive and manufacturing industries. A logical solution for your staffing needs. Can Heist steal the riches once again from the front, or will his rivals have too much grunt? We're talking about race 8 on the card here, the Club Mabine Mildura Trotters Cup, and the horse is Kai Valley Heist that we're speaking about there for Brent Lilly and Tristan Larson. Really good winner of the Central Vic there at Charlton from the front. He won a heat of that series as well, and he's won a 2 runners alongside Dan Underbarkers, actually last year's winner of the race on Saturday night. But he meets a good field, Shane. I might go straight back to you here. Mercenary off the 30-metre handicaps in really good form. Kai Valley Heist, I thought could give a bit of cheek, but how are you seeing it? Race 8 on the card, the Cup.
Look, I'm not over the trotting form too well. I just note that Paddy Lee's, doesn't race at Mildura generally, and they've sent Kiang Zena up there, obviously with Lockie Cook going to drive Springfield Affair. So it's been placed in some recent cups, in quite a few recent cups. Kiang Zena. Strong stable. I think if it handles the track, the way I'm seeing it, with what some of the other horses have been racing against, I thought it might be hard to beat. Mercenary, as you said, it's in good form. It's got to contend with a handicap, but my choice would be Kiang Zena.
Kiang Zena for you, Shane. Dunny, 30-metre handicap for Mercenary, never easy anywhere, but around Mildura. What are your thoughts? Kai Valley Heist might spring to the front and be hard to catch, or would you look elsewhere? Hatchback for Ewa Justice, we'll talk to her in a minute. Went really close a couple of years ago. Another interesting race late on the card.
Yeah, no, I'm probably with Shane on Kiang Zena. She was talking to the team there at Charlton, they said she was tough because I think she backed up at Charlton after winning the night before it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So just the distance and probably that draw advantage. Not that I've watched Mercenary go around, but I know they'll put her around and put her into the race. Kai Valley Heist has been good, but probably down a bit on class to what those ones have been running. So I've sort of stuck with Kai Valley's. Kiang Zena. Sorry.
Kiang Zena. Okay, but 2 Kiang Zenas here. Eva, you take the drive on number 5, Hatchback. I don't know if you're at the track when he got narrowly beaten there a few years ago. You were. I remember it. I can't remember what fully panned out there, but I reckon it was John might have been unlucky at some. I can't remember. Do you remember the race first of all from what happened in that? Talk us through that. I'm not bagging John, am I?
No. No, he stepped clean, and then he was in really good form at the time, and then he went around, tried to dip for the front at the bell, and it wasn't there. And then he put the leader away down the back, looked home the whole way except on the post.
Right. That's right. Well defined. Who won about 5 country cups, got him right on the line. He's possibly not going as good as then ever, but do you think you're a winning chance here, third up from a little spell?
Yeah, he hasn't really found form since coming back from Queensland. He had a bit of an issue after one of his starts at Ararat and hasn't fully come back from that, but he trialled extremely well before he went up to Mildura, because he's been up there for the week, and he trialled back to his old self, so that was very promising. So if he brings that foot forward, he'll definitely be up there with him, and he does step really quick, which will be an advantage on Kiang Zena and Mercenary, hopefully. But I think Brent Lilly's Kai Valley Heist is probably going to jump to the front and keep running, although it is a step up in grade for him compared to what he has. But he has been winning really well, so you can't knock him either.
Yeah, okay. So you got a little bit of confidence that Hatchback might be back to his old self or somewhere near it.
Yeah, I wouldn't say he could do what he did in a couple of years ago, but I do think he's coming back slowly to himself.
Yeah, good stuff. That is the Mildura Trotters Cup. That's going to be a great race, a $20,000 feature. We move on to the big one, though, the $50,000 Tasco Petroleum Mildura Pacing Cup Final. Race 6 on the card at around 8:48 p.m. Dangerous was most impressive in his heat. So is he the one to beat? We've got a great lineup here. We're all involved in this race. Well, apart from me, sadly, I'll be watching on at this wedding that I'm heading to on Saturday. Might go to you, Dunny. I thought I was quite clever when we had the barrier draw reveal on Tuesday, and we had Andrew Spagnolo from the Tab come on and do an all-in market. And I reckon little Louis might come up $10, $12, $14 here, and he'd be a good little each way bet in the final, but they were too clever for me. They put him up $4 favourite. I think he's into about $2.50. What's your confidence levels? I think this is in my mind, he's probably a touch of unders, on a price perspective, because this is a pretty good race, and he may get crossed early.
Yeah, look, he's definitely shorter than I thought he would be. I actually only caught the end of that bit of a conversation you just had, and when you were talking about other horses out the back, to be honest. So, yeah, look, with a bit of luck, he might be a bit sharper out of the gate this week. I thought he was probably a little bit casual compared to what he had been, say, like at Melton. But in saying that, young Ryan told me I wouldn't be able to hold my Ultimate Billy out. So he had a bit more Mildura form than me. But drawing alongside me, maybe a fraction better, and I might be able to just razz him up a little bit more after razzing up the other day. So, I don't really want to be crossed by him because the chances of getting back off might be a lot slimmer with Dangerous outside me. So I'll be hoping to hold as much as I can, but yeah, definitely under the odds, that's for sure.
Yeah. You're happy with the horse though? Like, I thought of the two heat performances, maybe his was a little less impressive than Dangerous's, but are you happy with him? And if things go his way, he's good enough to win this race, isn't he?
Well, probably in saying that, I do find the track at Mildura gets slower as the night goes on. So probably the time wasn't back again, am I?
You're back again. Keep rolling.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah, so probably you could count the times similar, but Dangerous was impressive, and he would be the to me he's probably the one to beat out of it. But there's a lot of good horses in it, and I reckon it makes it an exciting race because there's sort of no real standout. But sometimes I think if I can hold the front, if I could hold Dangerous outside me, nothing else might come, and we might be able to determine the race a bit too, which would be to his advantage.
You wouldn't let Dangerous go, would you?
Well, he has probably been a bit better, my bloke, with the sit sprint, but he's been a bit better the last two leading, and he sort of, I thought Earl Pembroke might have got to me last week, but he kept knuckling down, which was good. So, by taking the sit, do I get out in time to beat him, or do I just take the chance and hold him, and that might deter everyone else from coming around too?
I know you pretty well. I reckon you might try and go all the way. Let's hope for the races perspective. It'll be a beauty.
Sometimes it's you'll be left wondering, or just do it, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
Yeah. If I was a driver, and I'm certainly not, I think I'd be an Aaron Dunn style, just handlebars down, control the race. I reckon you win more than you lose doing it that way. Good insight there, Dunny. Good luck on Saturday night. Shane, might go to you here. Dangerous. You train him. Abby takes the drive this year. I did a story with Abby during the week, and I wasn't actually aware of last year. She qualified Sahara Tiger, and then Ryan jumped on and got the cup win. This year, you're trusting her to go all the way with Dangerous. She gets along really well with him. 2 goes for 2 wins. He was really impressive, I thought, in the heats. You must be heading into this race with a fair bit of confidence that you can come away with back-to-back cups.
Oh, look, we were really happy with him in the heat. Just mainly doing everything right was the key. He's been going good for quite a while, but his manners have let him down. We're pretty confident we're on top of that now. It's going to be a tough race, like Dunny alluded to. It's a quality race, and possibly the one for us, the hardest to beat for us from the barrier draws is Aaron's horse. So no, it looks a good race on paper. Very happy with our horse, and yeah, I think there's going to be a fair bit of pressure on mid race. Even if we are parked early, I can't see some of them back runners sitting back there. So I think it's going to be a pretty entertaining final.
Yeah. What do you think the likelihood of you finding the front is with Dangerous? Give me a percentage out of 100. I know J-Bon used to like the old percentage out of 100.
50.
50.
He's actually quite quick out the gate. So now we think we've got him a bit safer. Like I think he'll get out a bit quicker than most people think. But whether that still mightn't be quick enough to cross. But anyway, we'll just play it by ear.
Yeah.
You put a little roughy in on the turn the other day, Shane.
Well, most people saw that, and what that was, and it's probably to the horse's credit, he kept pacing the hobble. We think we've fixed him by putting shorteners in him, and the hobble shortener cord wrapped around his back legs. So that was what happened there. So he actually did a good job to keep pacing, and Abby was just a bit tentative with him off the gate as the issues we've had, and then about 50 metres after that, you notice she gave him his head a bit, and he really kicked up pretty strong. So so no, it was a good observation there, Aaron. But he did have an excuse, which he doesn't generally have an excuse for doing things wrong.
You make a good host, Dunny. I like this. Ewa,
had a bit to it.
Ewa, we haven't forgotten about you. What do you think the chances of Haliver finding the leader? I think maybe at the end, but pretty slim, I reckon. However, you've got a really good cup drive here. Your old man qualified the horse, running fourth in the heats. You said, give me back the reins. I got him home at Charlton. No doubt you want speed on. Talk us through your thoughts. I think he's a really good winning chance, but things do need to go your way early stages.
Yeah, for sure. I think if Ultimate Billy is to cross Little Louis again, Aaron's chances of being able to come off the fence will probably be extremely low. And then Ultimate Billy will probably look to hand up to Dangerous, and if that happens, then there'll be a chance, and the speed isn't on that. Haliver makes a move mid-race, but if Little Louis does lead and Dangerous is there and Aaron's rolling along or whatever, we'll have to sit back, but I think chances are we'll have to put him in the race sooner or later, because last year when he was in it, we sort of sat back with him and he ran really good times, but he never got into it, just being a little track. And with his ability and his depth, I think it would sort of have to make a move at one stage or another.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. It's going to be a great race. Who do you think the hardest horse to beat is?
I think Dangerous. I know that they've always had a massive opinion of him, and now he looks to be doing everything right. So I definitely think his barrier draw and that advantage, it's definitely going to be the hardest one to beat.
Yeah, and how'd you come about getting the drive here? Dad was happy to hand it back over to someone who knows how to win a cup.
Pretty sure he knows how to win one, but no, he told me at the start. He told me at the start of the week that if I stay home and work them while he goes up for the week, I can come up and drive them all in the final.
That's a good deal. That's a really good deal. Good luck, everyone involved on Saturday night. It's going to be a great race. I wish I was there, but we'll certainly be tuning in. Hey, we've got a brand new sponsor on Burning Questions. We've had this locked away for a few weeks, but today's show is the first time we can reveal who it is, and it's Sharp's Bakery. They're going to sponsor the best bets. Great bakery in Birchip. I drive past it every year, Dunny. I've never been in to get one of these world-famous vanilla slices. Have you been into the Sharp's Bakery over your journey, and can you give us some sort of food review?
Yeah, I probably would have been there, especially on my grain cloning days. But I can't quite recall how good or bad it was, because I was probably half tired those days. But yeah, I actually didn't know it. I've never even met them, but they dropped off some stuff for somebody. I might have been someone won something the other day, and I just had a good bit of a chat to him. But no, I'll have to call in there and get one of those vanilla slices.
What about you, Ewa or Shane? Have you been into Sharp's Bakery to sample these? I think they're 6-time national champions in the vanilla slice category.
I can't say I've ever been there, no. Might have to, though.
I'm not a vanilla slice man, but I'm sure they do a good job. I do think they dabble in a bit of car hire as well, the Sharps, actually, up there at Bertram. So.
Well, they're great people. Kevin, Gail, Brad, Simon, the whole crew. So great to have them on board. Burning questions. And I suggested to them the best bet segment would potentially be the most watched or the most popular part of the show. So they're involved there. Great to have them on board. That brings us to the best bets. Eva, you make a name for yourself by finding a winner in this segment. What have you got for us?
I was thinking more each way. Race 5, number 1. Only once bitten. It's got a massive amount of gate speed, and it can choose whether it decides to lead or hand up to I'm blinging it. And I thought with that, whether it leads or is behind the leader, it's a really good chance of running top 3.
Yeah, good stuff. Race 5, number 1 on Saturday. The form analyst, I think it's Craig Rails, marked, or might be Luke Humphries, marked this $14. So you'd be happy with that. Ever that'd get you another gig back on this show, I reckon.
Hopefully.
Shane Sanderson, what are you going to do for us here? Are you putting the pressure on yourself or someone else?
Oh, probably don't watch enough races to be tipping other people's horses. I'd probably have to say Dangerous. It is, in a good race, but probably Dangerous. If Key and Xena are Dangerous for me.
Okay, good stuff. We'll go with Dangerous for you. Aaron Dunn, tell me you're going to go Little Louie.
No, I'm going to go Keying Xena.
Keying Xena in the Trotters Cup. Okay, well, it's a really good.
Just below the odds, probably, if it got crossed.
Yeah, fair enough.
Changes the race dramatically, I feel.
Yeah, it does. But Keying Xena, good stuff. Keying Xena for you. All three of you are going Saturday night, but of course tonight the Mildura Carnival hits day 2. I'm going to go with race 8, number 5, Leicester. He's been, he's taken my money twice, and I'm going to get it back tonight. He's been very, very unlucky. No fault of the driver. He's just been, held up. But I think he finds a really suitable race tonight. Race 8, the final event on the card at 10 p.m. Hey, guys, really appreciate you jumping on Burning Questions. It's been a long show, but a really good one, full of insight. I know plenty of people will get plenty out of this. So, Eva, just before you go, have you got that Tasmania Cup anywhere nearby? Because it's gone, has it?
No, it's you.
Go on, bring it into frame. Good stuff. Nice to share a show with a fellow Tasmania Cup winner. Thanks for joining us, Eva.
No worries. Thanks for having me, Tim.
And you've got the Mildura Cup there, Shane. You can show us, or you might have another one on Saturday night.
Oh no, I don't actually. I didn't come prepared like ever. But
Sorry.
I'll have to pick my act up for next time.
Good stuff. Thanks, Shane. And Aaron Dunn, you got a million Group 1s. You got any of those in the cabinet next to you there?
Oh, one up on the shelf, I suppose, way up there.
What was that? That's the Bondi Lockdown Vic bread, is it?
I think that is a Vic bread. Yeah, and then it might be the Caduceus, and they're sort of not really out in a show place. Not allowed.
Thanks for joining us, mate, and good luck on Saturday night.
Right, thank you.
Thank you. That's been Burning Questions. April 5, going to be a wonderful night 2 and night 3 of the Mildura Pacing Cup Carnival. Watch it all on trotsvision.com.au. I'll be back next Friday with another edition of Burning Questions.